Now that I don't have this boat anymore, I just want to document what happened to it from beginning to end and get these videos moved out of my hard drive. I bought this 2005 boat off this couple's driveway. They told me that the boat last worked 3 years ago, but it's been sitting. However, the guy had done the maintenance, the lubrication change every year. He said he couldn't do a sea trial. He was selling it off of his driveway, just wants to get rid of it. But he said he didn't have to sell it. I mean, if he didn't sell it, he would put it in water and use it for one more season. It's given him and his family very lovely times before. However, regarding any of my repair and maintenance records questions, he wasn't very straightforward, wouldn't answer most of them. Right there should have been a red flag, which leads to everything that happened later on, which were all mostly regrettable. So I bought it over in April, and it was put in the water by the marina down the street from the seller. And I was looking forward to the very first ride, loaded up with family and equipment. So the day before I was scheduled to come pay for the boat, he had texted me saying that he wanted to make sure that I was getting the boat because somebody else stopped by and offered him an even better price, and he didn't sell it to the guy because I was his first buyer. So he wanted to honor my deal. And we only ended up getting stuck 5 minutes into the drive out in the bay, and the engine lost power. The boat slowly drifted towards somebody's extended dock. Luckily, the owner of the dock was really nice. She helped us call for her insurance company for help, and we had to get sea tow to tow us back to the marina, and it turned out to be quite an aggravating situation for my family. And when we were stuck out there feeling kind of helpless, I tried calling the previous owner to see what's going on, to see if he can come help us where we're at, or when we get back to the marina. And he gave me one excuse after another, saying that he would try to ask somebody, one of his other buddy. He's supposed to be smart, which is total bull crap. So I ended up spending almost $2,000 getting it repaired by this local marina guy. He had to replace the riser on one side and the exhaust manifold on both sides. Took him a whole afternoon to finish the job. However, the boat would never stop beeping. He said it was supposed to be the overheating issue, and the risers and manifolds were supposed to fix that problem. However, the engine would not stop beeping. Later on, he said that there was a thermostat. Later on, he came out to replace the thermostat as well, and then it was still beeping. And he said that maybe it's the temperature sensing unit inside, which I replaced myself in the following week. He finished repair all in the same afternoon, and by the time he left, it was in the evening hours. It was quite dark. I made sure that we took it out for a test ride to make sure there's no additional problems that would be discovered. Little did we know that by the time we came back, I found a pile of oil inside a bulge. It was already dark. It was hard to see. I tried calling the mechanic to come back. He wouldn't come back right away. So this thing ended up costing me another $2,300 and another couple of months of wasted time because I couldn't get anybody to look at it, not even the marina, until I finally got fed up and spoke to the owner of the marina, and he finally agreed to drag the boat out of the water and repair the leaky oil pan. So during all this time, I didn't get to use the boat except for making useless trips out down there to work on the boat myself, one thing after another. Here I was pretty helpless trying to troubleshoot where the oil was coming from with my iPhone. At one point, I even dropped my iPhone into the oil pile. I used my background in engineering to try and understand the wiring of the boat. There were several fuses that don't work. several freshwater pumps and whatnot that don't work, switches that don't work. But I did make sure that the bilge pump definitely worked, and that there's no other leaks, saltwater leaks that were coming into the boat. The bilge pump itself was a little loose and needed some cleaning, which I did that. After they replaced the oil pan, the boat came back to the water. It had to be end of July and early August time frame. I thought that the boat would be ready for us to use, would be problem free. Little do I know that the engine wouldn't start. The marina owner helped me start it, and then he quickly left, and then I couldn't start it myself again, and ended up doing the same thing, making helpless trips down there. Sometimes it would start on me, sometimes the battery would die, and I would go out to Costco, replace one of the dead batteries, wasted days and thousands of miles of driving on the New Jersey Parkway, Garden State Parkway, for nothing. Boat still wouldn't start. This is how I damaged my skin trying to troubleshoot under the boat. Since we couldn't get out on the water in our own boat, I decided to take my dad out on another boat. Because his time was limited, he was due to go back to Taiwan by the end of August sometime. So we went fishing on charter boats. Princess and the Jamaica 2. First time we were gonna go on the Jamaica 2, we arrived an hour earlier. We even booked online, but we were not allowed to get on because they oversold the boat. They made sure they in the email and everywhere they said that you must show up an hour earlier, and we were there an hour earlier, but the boat was already packed, so we couldn't get on. So that's why we ended up on Belmont Princess, because that boat leaves a half an hour later. That gives us time to drive over to Belmont to get on. So when we finally got on the Jamaica 2 the following week, it was during the time of the Canadian wildfire with unhealthy fog or whatever air making into the U.S., covering half of the country. Before the boat even departed, another fisherman was catching striped bass right off the dock, right off the boat. He must have caught like 3 or 4 of them. They're pretty good sizes too. One of them was a keeper. To the boat, after over $5,000-6,000 worth of repairs later, no more oil leak. However, the engine wouldn't start. This time it appears to be some kind of carburetor problem, where sometimes it starts, but it wouldn't start again the second time. This is the only time that my dad got to ride in a boat with it running. The guy at the marina had to convince us that the boat can start, and he was showing us how to start and stop, what to look for and everything. And he had the same problem right out there in the bay. After stopping the engine, it wouldn't start back up, and the engine would keep beeping. So there's definitely a carburetor problem, and he's going to get the part on order and get it swapped out for us. It's going to cost us another $400 or $500. However, before he got a chance to complete the repair, after a sleepless weekend, we got a phone call on Saturday morning from the marina owner saying that you gotta get down here right now. I don't care what you got going on, everything else. You gotta get down there right now. Your boat's sinking. So I'll save everybody the some headache and aggravation regarding the situation. And I couldn't make it down there right away. As a matter of fact, I didn't make it down there at all that day because I was due to play my first USTA sectionals match in a couple of hours, so I couldn't miss that. So needless to say, the marina did what they could, get the water out of it, and one thing after another, I had to make phone calls to get the boat towed out by sea tow again. Luckily, I got the sea tow coverage. I didn't get charged by them. I gotta get it towed out to another marina who takes in flooded boats like this, because this marina, for whatever reason, wouldn't handle it. I don't know if it's because it happened at their location or what. They don't want to be legally liable or whatever, but it's good that they did take these photos for me and send it over to me and the insurance company. So then I had to make 2 or 3 other trips down there to this new yard to get my personal stuffs out of it. It wasn't much, and it was mainly just to take pictures for myself to check out everything. And when I was on the boat, there was still seawater inside the engine bay. So, but this would be the last time that I would see the boat. I had to get the registration and the IDs out of it to turn it over to the insurance company. Matter of fact, the U.S. Postal Service lost my title and registration documents. I had to go to the NJMVC and wait for another week or two to get documents sent out to the insurance company again. So that delayed the whole salvaging process. But the bottom line is the insurance company decided to go ahead and total out the boat and pay me the full value of the boat. Of course, I'd be out. I wouldn't recoup all of that repair money that I put in for pretty much nothing but waste of time and headaches and waste of trips and aggravation. So big lesson learned. Never buy a boat without getting a sea trial done. Make sure that everything runs smooth, with all the service and maintenance records proven. Would be no questions asked. This was just a complete impulse buying because my father requested it. He was only here for 2 or 3 months and he wanted it. I wanted to get out in the water and spend some time fishing with him. And it was stupid of me to make such a bad decision buying this boat. However, with the help of the insurance check, I would just be out. I mean, between me and my father, we would just be out the total of $7,000 some dollars, because you got to add in the initial tank of gas that cost us $300 and everything that to go into the calculation, all the gas money. I didn't even calculate, the tolls and all the gas money. And needless to say, all the wasted hours driving up and down the parkway for nothing. Those are not even measurable values. It also includes all the parts and labors for the repairs, and as well as the parts that I bought myself, and the slip rental at the marina cost us $2,000, which we'll never get back.